Hello and welcome to the third Python course. Today we'll be learning about storing data in Python. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So, storing data in Python. How do we store data in Python? In Python, we store data in variables. So, what are variables? Just like any other languages, variables are containers used to store values from numbers to text or entire functions. We'll learn later on about functions. So variables are defined by variable names. So let me show you how we define a variable. Let's say variable 1. Python is a dynamically typed language, so you don't need to specify the type of data your variable will hold before mentioning it. So you just type the name of your variable, then you give it a value. So let's say this will be 23, and then you can come down here and write print variable. When we run this code, you can see it has printed. The output is 23. So whatever we want to display needs to be written inside the brackets in the print function. So values stored can be used further in our programs. Like you have seen, I've just used the print function to display the value inside the variable. So we can retrieve them by referring to the variable names, which are used to identify these values. As you have seen, I've just retrieved it here. Sorry, a variable needs a variable name, a value, and an assignment operator. An assignment operator in our case here is the equals sign. So these are the three things required to store values in the variable. In other languages like C++, you'll see that variables have to be declared. We can store text and strings in variables. So you can change this later on. Let's say variable 1 is equals to store a string, you need to put it in quotes. Let's say hello. So when we run this code, you can see it has changed from 23 to hello. So I've told you Python is a dynamically typed language. You don't need to specify the type of data the variable will hold. So this is very advantageous, at the same time very risky, so you have to be careful when writing your code. A string, you've seen here, this is a string. Let me change its variable name to, let me call it variable 2. So again, I'll use this. And variable 2. So when I print this, you can see 23 and hello. So what is a string? A string is a sequence of characters. A string is a sequence of characters, and anything written between double or single quotes is a string in Python. So you can write a string between double, as you have seen, and single. So I'll just change this to single. And when I run this code, you can see it's still the same, nothing changes. Here you can see that my variable 2 is a variable name and is assigned hello as its value. We can also store numbers in variables, as you have seen. Numbers can be of two types, integers and floats. We learn about Python data types later on. So here, this is an integer. For me to store a float, this is a float. A float is a decimal number or a fraction, a number that has a fraction part. An integer is a whole number. So regardless of the type of numbers, Python views them as a single category numbers. So you don't need to specify any. Python can still do calculations on this number. We'll learn this later on in operators, but I can just show you. So let me call this variable 3 equals to 6. So I can say variable 1 minus variable 3. When I run this code, you can see it returns the value. So you can just subtract whole numbers and decimal numbers without too much complications unlike in other languages. So this is a very plus in Python. So Python automatically identifies the type based on values, and we do not need to specify the type manually. So I've told you Python is a dynamically typed language. Meaning of dynamically typed language, you don't need to specify the data type of the variable. So without further ado, this is the end of this lesson. Please join me in my next lesson. Thank you.